welcome to E-Town News, जहां आपको मिलेगा डेली डोज ऑफ बॉलीवुड न्यूज, फैशन ट्रेंड्स, टीवी एंड सोशल मीडिया से जुड़े हर अपडेट. A show which gives you the day's lowdown of all the best happenings in the world of glamour. तो इंतजार किस बात का? Let's take a look at today's headlines.
पीसी ने कौन सा न्यू वेंचर लॉन्च किया इन यूएस? कौन सी रिक्वेस्ट की सलमान खान ने अपने फैंस से? किस तरह की थ्रेट सोना मोहापात्रा को मिल रही थी फ्रॉम सलमान खान फैंस? प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने लॉन्च की अपनी होमवेयर लाइन. प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने अपने होमवेयर लाइन को नाम दिया सोना होम. प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने कहा, आई लेफ्ट माई रूट्स बिहाइंड. प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने अमेरिका में लॉन्च की अपनी होमवेयर लाइन. प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने अपने इस वेंचर को नाम दिया है सोना होम. और इस बिजनेस में उनके को फाउंडर है मनीष गोयल. अपने इस नए बिजनेस की अनाउंसमेंट प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने एक वीडियो को सोशल मीडिया पर शेयर करते हुए की एंड बताया कि शी बिलीव्स इन ब्रिंगिंग हर इंडियन रूट्स एंड कल्चर इनटू एवरीथिंग दैट शी डज. अपने होमवेयर ब्रांड की बात करते हुए शी सेड, दैट्स द ethos of Sona Home for me. It helps in creating a home out of a house. It's created to help family and friends come together as a community. As an immigrant in New York, it's important for her to bring her heritage into her work, saying that she wants to put the culture of India in every house in her adoptive country. अमेरिका शिफ्ट होने पर बात करते हुए प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने कहा, That's what Sona Home is rooted in. It's rooted in creating a home out of a house. It's created in helping family and friends come together and build community. And that's like to me is so important as an immigrant who has moved from India. I left my roots behind, but I found you and my friends here and family here. You guys are the family I've chosen, and this is my adoptive country. And to be able to bring the heritage of where I grew up in and put it into homes across the country in America. यही नहीं, इस वीडियो को शेयर करते हुए प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने लिखा, Launch day is here. I couldn't be more proud to introduce you all to Sona Home. It was challenging to come from India and make America my second home. But my journey led me to a place where I found a second family and friends. I bring a piece of India into everything I do, and this is an extension of that thought. It's awesome to be working alongside at Manish K. Goyal and our entire team in creating something so dear to our hearts and heritage. वैसे अगर इस होमवेयर की कॉस्टिंग की बात करें तो one dinner plate is priced at a whopping rupees 4,695. While a set of 6 plates is for rupees 18,780. वहीं one mug is been set at rupees 3,445, while one serving bowl costs rupees 7,668. Recently, Priyanka Chopra ने अपने एक इंटरव्यू में अपने चाइल्डहुड के बारे में भी बात की थी. She said, My childhood and adolescence were quite an adventure. Since my parents were in the military, we moved around a lot. I went to a boarding school for some years and then to the United States to study before returning to India to complete my graduation. Of course, my childhood was full of love, laughter and family. चलिए अब देखना ये होगा कि प्रियंका चोपड़ा का ये बिजनेस कैसा परफॉर्म करता है.
जहाँ जहाँ पेड़ होगा वहाँ वहाँ पानी होगा. तो पेड़ लगाना बहुत अच्छी चीज है. देखो वहाँ पे धूप में खड़े थे, अब यहाँ पर छाँव में आ गए.
सलमान खान ने अपने फैंस से की एक अपील. हैदराबाद में फिल्म की शूटिंग करने के साथ सलमान खान अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी कर रहे हैं टाइम स्पेंड. क्या अपने फ्रेंड रितेश देशमुख की डायरेक्टोरियल डेब्यू में सलमान खान करेंगे कैमियो? सलमान खान ने किया ग्रीन इंडिया चैलेंज में पार्टिसिपेट. अपनी फिल्म के बिजी स्केड्यूल से थोड़ा वक्त निकाल के सलमान खान ने प्लांट किए सैपलिंग्स. बॉलीवुड के सुल्तान सलमान खान इन दिनों अपनी फोर्थकमिंग मूवी कभी ईद कभी दिवाली की शूट के लिए हैदराबाद में है और जब से सलमान खान इस फिल्म के शूट के सिलसिले में वहां गए हैं तब से वहां से हर दिन सलमान खान की पिक्चर्स ऑनलाइन सरफेस होती रहती हैं। रिसेंटली सलमान खान अपनी फिल्म से ब्रेक लेकर हैदराबाद के रामोजी फिल्म सिटी में सैपलिंग प्लांट करने पहुंचे, जिसकी पिक्चर्स उन्होंने अपने ऑफिशियल ट्विटर हैंडल पर पोस्ट की और लिखा, आई हैव एक्सेप्टेड #Green India Challenge from @MP Santosh TRS Garu and I have planted saplings at Ramoji Film City. I request all my fans to participate in this challenge to control global warming. सलमान खान की अपील को उनके फैंस जरूर सुनेंगे और इस इनिशिएटिव में बढ़ चढ़कर हिस्सा लेंगे। वैसे सलमान खान फैंस loved this new venture of him. One wrote, "Mega star Salman Khan," while another wrote, "One more reason added to millions of reasons why you should love him." बता दें, सलमान खान ने राज्यसभा MP और ग्रीन इंडिया फाउंडर जे संतोष कुमार को ज्वाइन किया था, जिसकी कुछ पिक्चर्स उन्होंने भी अपने इंस्टाग्राम पेज पर पोस्ट की हैं। सलमान खान ने न सिर्फ इस ग्रेट इनिशिएटिव के लिए वक्त निकाला है, बल्कि हैदराबाद में उन्होंने अपने कुछ क्लोज फ्रेंड्स को भी विजिट किया है। रिसेंटली ही प्राइवेट गैदरिंग में सलमान खान ने टॉलीवुड सुपरस्टार्स चिरंजीवी और वेंकटेश के साथ पार्टी की। दरअसल the trio of Salman Khan, Chiranjeevi and Venkatesh was spotted at their dear friend J.C. Pavan Reddy's residence as they were all gathered for a private party. इसकी पिक्चर भी सोशल मीडिया पर वायरल हो रही है, जिसे देखकर अंदाजा लगाया जा सकता है कि all of them are having a great time. इसके बाद सलमान खान and Kamal Haasan were pictured celebrating the success of Kamal Haasan's latest outing, Vikram, at a dinner held by Chiranjeevi at his Hyderabad residence. बता दें, सलमान खान चिरंजीवी की अपकमिंग फिल्म गॉडफादर में कैमियो अपीयरेंस देते नजर आएंगे। वहीं वेंकटेश will have a small but significant role in Salman Khan's upcoming film कभी ईद कभी दिवाली। और एक लीडिंग डेली में आई रिपोर्ट की माने तो सलमान खान will do a cameo for his friend Ritesh Deshmukh's forthcoming directorial Ved. The Marathi film Ved marks Ritesh Deshmukh's directorial debut. Reportedly सलमान खान इस फिल्म के एक गाने में नजर आएंगे और जल्द ही इसकी शूटिंग करने वाले हैं। वैसे सलमान खान ने हमेशा अपने इंडस्ट्री फ्रेंड्स को खुलकर सपोर्ट किया है और फिर रितेश देशमुख के साथ सलमान खान अच्छा बॉन्ड शेयर करते हैं। ऐसे में अब एक और फिल्म में सुपरस्टार सलमान खान का कैमियो देखने के लिए तैयार हो जाइए।
When I had to walk out of that ring, it used to be actually like a raped woman walking out.
जब सोना मोहपात्रा पर भड़के सलमान खान के फैंस। सलमान खान के फैंस ने किया था सोना मोहपात्रा को थ्रेटन। सोना मोहपात्रा ने किया था सलमान खान के एक कमेंट को स्लैम। सलमान खान के लॉयल फैंस ने क्यों निकाला सिंगर सोना मोहपात्रा पर अपना गुस्सा? क्यों सोना मोहपात्रा को सलमान खान के फैंस ने किया था टारगेट? रिसेंटली बॉलीवुड सिंगर सोना मोहपात्रा ने सुनाई अपने साथ हुई सभी ऑर्डील की कहानी। अपने एक रीसेंट इंटरव्यू में सोना मोहपात्रा ने बताया कि कैसे उनके सलमान खान के एक कमेंट को बैश करने के बाद उन्हें झेलना पड़ा था सलमान खान के फैंस का गुस्सा। In an interview, Sona Mohapatra revealed that besides death threats, she was delivered in dabbas, lunch boxes, at her studio. उन्होंने रिवील करते हुए ये भी बताया कि उन्हें गैंग रेप थ्रेट्स भी मिले थे। I was being morphed into adult websites and every day there were threats. It was horrible. सिंगर सोना मोहपात्रा को ये सब थ्रेटनिंग इसलिए मिली क्योंकि उन्होंने सलमान खान के अगेंस्ट ट्वीट किया था, जो कि उनके फैंस को जरा भी अच्छा नहीं लगा। बता दें, back in 2016, while promoting the film Sultan, Bollywood superstar Salman Khan stated that because of the heavy training he had to go through for his role as a wrestler, he felt almost like a rape victim. He said,
I've got to do it 10 times. In the wrestling match, it happens once, twice. 10 times from 5 different angles. So 6.5, 7 hours. Either I'm picking up and I'm throwing, or he's picking him up and he's throwing. So it is like the most difficult thing When I used to walk out of that ring, it used to be actually like a raped woman walking out.
Well, सलमान खान के इस कमेंट पर जहां बॉलीवुड के ज्यादातर लोगों ने चुप रहना बेहतर समझा था, वहीं सोना मोहापात्रा उन कुछ लोगों में सबसे आगे थीं जिन्होंने सलमान खान के इस कमेंट को कंडेम किया। सोना मोहापात्रा ने अपने ट्वीट में लिखा था, Women trashed, people run over, wildlife massacred, and yet hero of the nation, unfair, India full of such supporters. जिसके बाद फिर सलमान खान के फादर और वेटरन स्क्रीन राइटर सलीम खान ने सलमान खान के कमेंट को क्लैरिफाई करते हुए उनके बिहाफ पर अपोलोजाइज भी किया था। और अब सालों बाद सिंगर सोना मोहापात्रा ने अपने साथ हुए थ्रेटनिंग इंसिडेंट्स को सबके सामने रखा है। Coming up on the show, फोरेंसिक की स्टारकास्ट राधिका आप्टे और विक्रांत मैसी ने जूम से किया एक्सक्लूसिवली इंटरैक्ट।
Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today I have with me the cast of the upcoming film Forensic. Please join me in welcoming Radhika, Apte and Vikrant Massey. Firstly, congratulations on getting married.
Thank you.
We literally spoke like 10 days before that and then you casually went and got married. Thoda heads up would have been nice, like some insider info.
Thanks.
How is married life treating you? All that it's cracked up to be?
Yeah, it's good so far. Also, actually, I don't think a lot has changed besides the fact that we are legally married now.
Yeah.
But I think we were living in for almost 6 years.
Now the law is involved.
Yeah. And legally, yes. So legally we are married. मैंने भी, you know, Hindu traditional शादी के पहले legally शादी कर ली. And it just happened to be on Valentine's Day. So yeah.
Cheese fest max.
Fest. But honestly, none of us actually wanted it. But सिर्फ वही दिन, you know, कोर्ट में डेट उसी दिन मिली, जाके कर ली शादी फिर।
It was meant to be, Vikrant. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Thanks.
In the same vein of languages, this whole South languages versus Hindi film languages thing has really sort of been blowing up and kind of really being really divisive to Indian cinema, I would say. Radhika, especially for you, you are somebody who actually has a filmography that is so inclusive. You have worked across languages, across multiple Indian film industries. I kind of want to know from you, where do you weigh in on this whole debate that has sort of just been taking everything by storm these days?
Just because I've worked across industries, I don't know if that'll change my opinion, but I just, I think all languages in the country should be treated equally.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, basic as that. All countries in the world should be also treated equally. That's what OTT does, you know, in a way that brings together all languages, all cultures and nationalities and etc. There was a time I remember when Marathi films were doing really well.
Yeah.
You know, now South Indian films are doing, it will keep coming and going. Sometimes Hindi will do something well, and no matter what, people want to debate, people want to fight, people want to try and find a subject to argue about. This is how I look at it, you know. And what's wrong with the fact that South films are doing well? If Hindi is not doing well, make better films. I mean, you know what I mean? I just don't think there's anything to do with language. It's about what works at that time. Is the film good or not? Or is the film catering to what people need right now or want right now? It's just too many factors, and I don't think it is at all anything to do with the language. I mean, earlier he was saying that how one of the South Indian big films were doing really well in Bengal. I mean, do you really think that they care that it's not Hindi and that it's... I really don't think it is the case.
Telugu or Tamil,
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's how I personally feel. And we've always had this fight with languages and skin color and all of this when it comes to these industries especially. So when I was working in South Indian industry at that time, I realized that there are so many amazing actresses who speak that language. Why am I here? Who cannot speak the language when they should be getting the parts, right? So I also stopped for various reasons, and that was one of the reasons.
Imposter syndrome, like a little bit?
No, I was just like, they're better at it.
At the job.
Right. And they should get it. So that was also one of the things I felt. But anyway, so they are fascinated with North in some way. North is fascinated with South, but they also fight. I mean, it's nothing. I think nothing.
Never-ending debate.
Very seriously. In the sense, seriously, as in, it's not logical, really.
Radhika, you recently said in an interview, I've become less able to compromise. I'm a bit tired and bored of doing things that I don't really agree with. I'm tired of making small talk with people, attending unnecessary parties, unnecessarily just being there in front of people. Love you.
So Radhika.
Love you. Love this.
So Radhika.
Love it when you just say the things that are on your mind. But like honestly, you do really seem content having removed yourself from the rat race a little bit and kind of going at your own pace. Tell me, like, where did this sort of stem from? Was it a while, like, was it brewing over a while, or was there like a distinct instance or reason that sort of like you were like, okay, now I'm kind of done? Like, where did it happen?
I think because of the pandemic, it sort of happened. Sure. I felt this for a long time. I stopped going for award functions.
Yeah.
It sort of began there. I stopped going for parties, and functions and stuff like that. Like, I used to like always have that phone call with my manager saying, I think I'm sick. But then they were like, okay, you're not sick. Then I used to start becoming more honest that I don't feel like going. Can we just like come to an agreement there, sort of a thing, And then, so I was feeling that way. I wasn't necessarily, I'm grateful, don't get me wrong. I'm really grateful for everything that I have received. It's taught me so much and has given me so much. But I think I feel like I needed a change.
Yeah.
I need to change something where I feel charged, I feel inspired, and I feel that the subject, the content, and it's not good or bad, but in my life where I stand, that it needs to grow me as a person. Like I need to grow as a person, not just become more famous and rich. I need to change as a person. I need to ask different questions, know different information. I need to challenge certain things and become a better and a more compassionate, freer person in life. And that wasn't happening. I wanted to also, one life, few years where you're so able to do lots of things. I got lots of subjects I like, lots of other things I like to learn and do, and I want to try. I want to understand the structure of how we make films and lots of other things, and I wanted to do that. And this was so consuming.
Right.
Being an actor is consuming because apart from performing, there are so many other things that you have to do.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing these interviews after such a long time. I've realized that I'm not really used to talk about myself so much anymore. Because what do you think? What do you think? I think this, I think that. Nobody asks me otherwise so much, so it's strange to even like constantly talk about me.
Yourself.
I'm like that.
But like good strange, bad strange.
No, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it actually.
Yeah.
I'm loving the attention today. But, but now I understand how when you meet a lot of actors, they never ask you how you are. They're always saying how they are because they're so used to.
doing great.
They're so used to, but poor actors, they're used to constantly talk about themselves. You don't have a choice. This is a thought that just came to me, which sort of makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
Have you felt any sort of pushback though, like having sort of stepped back from the formalities of like attending things and like sort of
out of sight, out of mind. So a lot of people are saying that, have you left? Have you done this? And I said, no, I've not left. Or just saying no to a lot of work constantly, or saying no to doing anything constantly is so scary. I'm scared. I'm afraid. I always feel like it's the end of my career. But I decided during pandemic that I will not do something till I feel very excited about it.
Right.
And this might be a terrible decision for all you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But at the moment, I'm happy.
I think that's all that
That's
matters.
all
And this
that
is coming
matters.
from someone who was literally like the poster child of like Netflix for a while. Like they were like, she's everywhere. Like we saw a lot of you over the last couple of years, and you have sort of stepped back a little bit. So that scared, like that fear is a bit there.
The fear is there because every time you sort of change something, it's scary. Change is scary.
Absolutely.
And you don't know whether it's a good decision or bad decision. But I'm not regretting saying no to the things I'm saying no to. Let's say that. I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm not regretting it. And I'm really happy. I sleep better,
That's all that matters at the end of the day. What are your thoughts on this? I really want to know. Like having to keep up with the jungle that is Bollywood and the industry.
I absolutely second her on this. I think more or less I've spoken about the same thing
You
for
also
quite
keep
some
a
time.
bit of a low profile. Slightly, but out of choice
It seems low profile because it's kind of unusual in the world that we live in, or the world that we are used to seeing. I live a very normal life, and I absolutely second her. I think the peripherals, as she said, besides acting, there are so many other things that consume you. There are some who want to do it, but I don't want to do it, you know, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm asked to do something I'm uncomfortable with. Yeah, I think acting is something that I love. I live for it. I love being in front of the camera, and I'm getting that opportunity. I'm luckily working with the people I want to work with, telling the stories I want to tell, and that's about it. You know, the peripherals which are demanded out of an actor today, I don't resonate with it, and I don't do it.
And we're happy with that.
I'm very happy with it.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys.
Thank you
It's been
so
an
much.
absolute pleasure. Good luck for everything ahead, and I hope to do
you.
this again
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Wish you the same.